We will now start the chapter Planning. If you haven't seen our previous videos on nature and significance of management and principles of management, the video links will be provided in the description box below. Please do subscribe and stay tuned to Smart Rules. After understanding the significance of management and its principles, Jo has taken the first step in setting up her restaurant. She has started planning in advance about what to do and how to do it. In other words, we can say that Jo has set objectives to achieve and developed a course of action to achieve these objectives. Jo understands that planning is crucial for setting up a restaurant. She further analyzes the importance and limitations of planning before she starts her planning process. The restaurant will not be able to satisfy its customers if wrong food is served. The customer was served wrong food because the chef did not have a defined way of processing the orders. The chef did not know what to do and how to do it for processing customer orders and maximizing customer satisfaction. From the above example, it is evident that planning is needed to provide directions. Firstly, it states in advance how work is to be done and also provides directions for action. Secondly, since goals are well defined in a plan, employees are aware about what organization has to do and what they must do to achieve goals. However, since planning decides the future course of action, managers may not be in a position to change a predefined plan according to change in circumstances. So, planning might lead to rigidity. The restaurant was at risk because it did not anticipate a change in the trend. So, planning reduces uncertainty by looking ahead and anticipating the changes. However, planning cannot foresee all the changes in future trends in a dynamic or a changing environment. If the customer was served twice, then there is a clear overlapping of activities and it also increases the cost to the restaurant. So planning serves as a basis of coordinating the activities of different departments. It also avoids confusion and misunderstanding. All redundant activities can be eliminated and inefficiencies can be corrected. However, plans involve a lot of time in their formulation. There is a lot of money and time spent in developing a plan. Planning promotes innovative ideas. Since it's the first function of management, various innovative ideas can take the shape of concrete plans. However, planning is done by the top level management. The middle level management implements the plan and is not allowed to deviate from the plan. So, in the process of planning, creativity is lost in the middle level management. Planning helps managers in decision making. Since planning states in advance goals to be achieved and also predicts the future trends, it helps managers to take faster and more rational decisions. However, planning is a time-consuming process. It involves a lot of time in formulating the plan and implementing it. Since planning provides goals, it also provides standards against which the actual performance can be measured. So managers can measure the actual performance with the standards and see if corrective measures should be taken to achieve the goals. However, planning does not guarantee success. It is important to have the plan and also implement it successfully. So planning will provide us a base for assessing the future course of action, but it is not a solution to all the problems. So now let's discuss some of the features of planning. Plans specify goals and also activities to be undertaken to achieve the goals. So planning focuses on achieving objectives of the organization. Planning also lays the base for all the other functions of management. So planning is a primary function of management. Planning is required at all levels of management and it is not exclusive to the top level management. so planning is pervasive. Plans can be drawn for a year or it can be for a quarter. At the end of every period, new plans will have to be drawn based on the new requirements and future conditions. So planning is a continuous process. Planning involves looking ahead and preparing for the future. So planning is futuristic. Planning also helps in making rational decisions, and it is a mental exercise which involves mind judgment and intellectual thinking. Jo now decides to start her planning process. As a first step in the planning process, Jo lays down what she wants to achieve. She wants to maximize customer satisfaction and earn profits. So the first step in planning process is to set objectives. But what are objectives? Objectives can be profit maximization or maximizing customer satisfaction. So they are the desired future position that management would like to reach. In the process of planning, Jo makes certain assumptions. She assumes that there will be capital in the market, which is a financial assumption. There will be human resources to be deployed in her restaurant, which is the resources assumption. She also forecasts about products, then the demand and also the policy change. So the second step in planning process is developing premises or assumptions. After setting objectives and developing assumptions, Jo finds way to achieve those objectives. She analyzes different menu options to serve to her customer. She also analyzes various stock suppliers for her restaurant. So the next step is to identify various alternative courses of action. After identifying the alternatives, it is necessary to evaluate the alternatives. It is necessary to weigh all the positive and negative aspects of the alternative and evaluate various proposals and do a feasibility study. The next step in planning process after identifying alternative is to evaluate the alternatives. After identifying alternatives and evaluating it, the next step is to select the alternative. So Jo now has to select her supplier and she also has to select the menu that she wants to serve to her customers. So the next step in planning process is to select an alternative. So Jo is now going to implement the plan. She is now going to put the plan into action. After successful planning, Jo has started her own restaurant. So the last step in planning process is follow-up action. This is to ensure that plans are implemented and activities are according to the plan. So monitoring the plan is equally important. So Jo has now implemented a standing plan which is developed once but is modified from time to time to meet the business needs. It includes policies which act as a guide and determine parameters for managerial function. It also includes procedures which specify the steps to carry out activities. It also specifies methods, the way in which work has to be performed, and rules about what needs to be done. The other type of plans are a single-use plan which is developed for an event or a project. It includes budget, which is a statement of revenue and expense for the project, and also a program, which is a detailed statement about the project. There is also a strategic level planning, usually done by the top level management, and it involves determining the long-term objective, adopting a course of action, and allocating resources to achieve those objectives. So Jo has successfully planned and started her restaurant. We hope business studies is made simple with smart rules. For handwritten notes, check the description box below. Please do subscribe and stay tuned with us for more updates.